Well, the Warriors have said it all. It's all about winning and making it to a bowl. After last weekend's loss to Boise State, Hawaii's goal of winning the WHAC was gone, but the Hawaii Bowl was still very much a possibility. The goal, win at least 4 of the next 6 games to play on Christmas Eve. Last night, Hawaii kept that goal alive with a huge win over WHAC rival Nevada, and it was a tale of 2 halves and 3 quarterbacks. First half, Hawaii produced just 42 yards of total offense to Nevada's 236, but the Warriors had the 14-10 halftime lead. The Warriors also used 2 quarterbacks in the first half, with Inoki Funaki getting the start and rotating with Tyler Grunke, who made a brief appearance, just 2 passes, one of which was intercepted. Funaki finished 4 for 10 passing, 44 yards in this second quarter touchdown pass to Mike Washington. But the unlikely hero was Greg Alexander, the 3rd quarterback who started in the first game of the season and hasn't seen action since. Rotated with Funaki to start the second half, but took over after a 9-minute drive resulting in a Dan Kelly field goal and a 5-minute drive ending a 16-yard scoring toss to Washington. His second of the game made it 31-17 to start the 4th quarter. It was the first touchdown in the second half for Hawaii in the last 6 games. But Nevada, who averaged over 38 points per game and came with the 2nd best rushing attack in the country, mounted a couple of scoring drives, both through the air. That one to Chris Wellington tied the game at 31 with a minute and a half left in the game. And then the most unlikely of heroes pulled off the drive, 77 yards in 9 plays, ending with the game-winning touchdown pass. Alexander put it to Malcolm Lane, coming down with it, and let the celebration begin. Warriors win 38-31.
We just want to get down there in the field goal range and let Dan go ahead and try to make a field goal, but we lost some yards on the penalty, so it's kind of a situation where we're just going to throw it up. You know, it's going to be us or nobody. It's either going to be a touchdown or incomplete, and we'll kick the field goal.
I didn't want to go overtime. Everybody just looking over to the sideline, seeing the looks on everybody. Everybody was tired. They fought hard. You know, I wanted to end it there. You know, I didn't want them to keep taking a beating. You know, I just wanted to end the game right there.
I don't like to make emotional decisions, so what we're going to do is we meet tomorrow as a staff, and we'll go through the game and we'll evaluate the quarterbacks and go from there.
And this week, Hawaii didn't lose the turnover battle. In fact, despite 2 interceptions from Hawaii, the Warriors recovered 2 fumbles. One of them went back for a score, John Finoti scoring the first touchdown of the game. And Solomon Elimimian became the Warriors' all-time leading tackler. Needed 3 coming in and broke the record with a bone-crushing hit on Vaitaua in the first quarter. Elimimian finishing with 10 last night, a grand total of 373 for his career, surpassing Levi Stanley, who had 366.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, the tackle record is big to me, not just, you know, it doesn't just highlight this season, but, or just game. It highlights my 4 years here. And if you would have asked me 4 years ago, you know, that this would be happening, I couldn't even imagine it. So, you know, I'm just so happy right now that, you know, we're winning and, you know, just the record.
Nice stick, wasn't it? Warriors on the road for the next 2 games. Headed to Logan, Utah to face the Aggies this week. They'll stay on the road and go to Las Cruces to face the New Mexico State Aggies, that is, on November 8th.
Football team's 38-31 win over Nevada last night set the stage for what could be a very exciting finish to what has been an up-and-down season for the Warriors. If you weren't there, then here is what you missed. 3rd-string quarterback Greg Alexander got the second half start and led Hawaii on 2 fourth-quarter scoring drives, including the game winner to Malcolm Lane with 20 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. The 2 TDs marked the first time UH scored in the final frame in the last 5 games.
Well, we went into the game going to roll 2 quarterbacks. It's nothing personal. It's just who has the hot hand. Plus, they have 2 different styles. One guy uses his legs, the other guy uses his arm.
I didn't know. They told me right before we went out of the tunnel the second half I was going into the Florida game. You know, it's kind of easy. You know, you feel like you know the offense, but you know, you really don't. After watching the past 6 weeks, I feel like I got it down.
But despite the last second half heroics, Coach Mack insists that the coaching staff is not ready to anoint Alexander the starting QB heading into Utah State.
And I don't like to make emotional decisions, so what we're going to do is we meet tomorrow as a staff, and we'll go through the game and we'll evaluate the quarterbacks and go from there.
Coming up next for Hawaii is a 2-game road trip beginning in Utah State. The Warriors leave for that game on Thursday. Kickoff is scheduled for 9 a.m. Hawaii time. And of course, for a more in-depth recap of last night's game and for a preview of what is to come, tune in tonight for the Coach Mack Show. It airs at 10:35 p.m. right here, KGMB 9. Former Warrior Devon Best had a mild outing today for the Dolphins, catching just 2 balls for 13 yards. But in his defense, there were not a lot of passes going anywhere outside his teammate Ted Ginn Jr. To Miami we go. Ted Ginn showing us, hey, you know what? There was a reason I was a number 1 overall draft pick, or number 1, but first-round draft pick. He had 7 catches for 175 yards. That's 25 yards per catch, but he didn't have any scores. But who said he needed to? In the 4th, the world comes crashing down on Bills QB Trent Edwards, and that world's name is Joey Porter. That's a safety. Miami hands Buffalo their 2nd loss of the year, 25-16.
Now, last night in Halava, Warrior football team improved to 4-4 in the year, 3-2 in conference with a wild, rain-soaked 38-31 victory over Nevada, where the unlikeliest of heroes emerged with junior college transfer Greg Alexander stealing the show. One of 3 quarterbacks to platoon for Hawaii, along with starter Inoke Funaki and senior Tyler Grunke. 6'5" California native went 17 of 22 for 205 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, sharing snaps in the final 2 quarters of play, capped off with the unbelievable game-winning 24-yard touchdown connection with Malcolm Lane in the corner of the end zone with 20 seconds remaining, sending the Aloha Stadium crowd into a frenzy.
He trusted to put me in the position to make the play. Anybody could have made that play. Anybody's name could have been called, but he called upon me to go out there and get it done, you know, and end the game for the team.
Oh, man, it's crazy. So this is what it's like, huh?
I didn't want to go overtime. Everybody just looking over to the sideline, seeing looks on everybody. Everybody was tired. They fought hard. You know, I wanted to end it there. You know, I didn't want them to keep taking a beating.
You know, it's kind of easy. You know, you feel like you know the offense, but you know, you really don't. After watching the past 6 weeks, I feel like I got it down, you know, for the most part, and just feel a lot more comfortable out there. So it's, you know, completely different feeling.
I think one thing that, you know, I liked was the fact that when we had a chance to win the game, you know, we didn't really do it, and the offense had our back. You know, it's been the other way, you know, throughout the season. But this game, you know, the offense came and they had our back this game, and that's how we win as a team.
On the defensive side of the ball for Hawaii, despite giving up 308 yards rushing to the Wolfpack, Knight was full of big hits, holding the Pack to under 180 yards through the air. Warriors scored their first defensive touchdown of the season on Campbell grad David Vekune's forced fumble, recovered by Farrington's John Fonoti in the first quarter. Last night also marked as a record-breaking night, with senior linebacker Solomon Elamimian becoming the school's all-time leading tackler with 373 to date, passing Levi Stanley's mark of 366 set in 1972. And last but certainly not least, cornerback Ryan Mouton, the Iron Man, number 2, played on both sides of the ball, finishing his night with 1 tackle and 5 catches for 58 yards as a slot back.
I'm exhausted, you know, but during the game, you know, when it's a tight game like that, you know, we want to win. You know, and the coaches asked me, you know, go out there, you know, and kick the ball if I had to. You know, I go do it because I want to win. And, you know, that's everybody on this team.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to win on the abilities of our football players. And everybody has a role on our football team. I mean, almost everybody played on that sideline and had some role in the victory. And I don't care how we win. It's not a personal thing. We really have a close football team. You can see that.
So again, Warriors are now 4-4 in the year, 3-2 in the WAC, and need to win 3 of the remaining 5 games to earn a spot in the Hawaii Bowl. Up next for UH, the Aggies of Utah State, the first of back-to-back road games. Warriors will not play at Aloha Stadium for another 4 weeks. So it'll be quite some time before you see them back in Halava, and no decision made as of yet as far as the quarterback situation heading into next week.
All right, thanks, Rob.
You got it.
Finally, move over Domino's. A pizza place in Connecticut is delivering their pies via fire truck. The owners